you 99.7. So nice to meet you. Yes,
Nice to
girl.
meet you as well.
Loved you in Swarm, and I'm
Thank you.
so excited to see you just continue to elevate. Be excited. Okay, so for all of the girls that you represent, all of the people that support you, what does that mean to represent in this franchise?
I have chills all over. I really don't have the words. I just think about my inner child, my younger self. I'm from East New York, Brooklyn, and I didn't see a lot of lead actresses look like me, especially in franchises like this. But I watched the first one with Shia and said, man, I got to do something like that.
Yes.
I got to do something like that. I didn't know that it would actually be that. And so when Steven came to me about potentially being in the movie, I didn't know if it was serious. And then he said, no, I want the character to be from Brooklyn. And he really wanted authenticity. And I said, well, I'm the type of actor, I like to give a lot of notes.
Yeah.
He was like, you give me your notes at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I really did get to sit at least 2 or 3 times with the writers to make sure that I was representing Elena right. And if I represent Elena right, then hopefully I represent all of the young women and girls that are going to watch tonight and on June 9th.
Wonderful. Okay, so I know there had to be a lot of training, a lot of things that we don't get to see. We just see the final product. So can you just talk about some of the maybe challenges, whether they were physical, mental, that you had to overcome in this? And looking back now, you're like, I did that.
I mean, just being in Terrapota in the jungles of Peru. We were shooting there for like 15 hours, Anthony and I. And then there was insects, very dangerous insects. There was frogs that if you touch, you could die within an hour. And everybody thinks that acting is acting, but we're not pretending to be in the jungle. We actually are in the jungle. We're not pretending to run in 110 degrees weather. We're actually doing it. So those were the challenging parts, but I love the experience. I think Peru was beautiful. It was definitely a spiritual awakening for me, and I'm so honored to be a part of this film and have that representation in a film as well.
I mean, to be able to have your kids here, they're so fly and so amazing. I love that you brought them out because you are a family man. So what does it mean to be able to sit in this theater and see yourself in a franchise movie like this and to have your kids watch you?
I'll be honest, I think it's absolutely incredible. This is the first film I've ever acted in, first acting gig I ever really had. Yeah. And just to be able to be a part of Steven Caple Jr.'s vision like this and be a part of something that's extremely immaculate is incredible. And to be able to have my kids out here is an even greater experience. One of the most challenging things was thinking that I had to memorize the entire script and not understanding that it was going to be shot in parts. So I only had to, master a certain section and not the entire thing. So overcoming that was the biggest obstacle. Once I got there, it was smooth sailing from there. It was a beautiful experience.
Okay, so after years of the production, the process of everything coming together, how do you feel just to be here in the final stretch after already having traveled the world to promote the movie?
I mean, it feels good, a little nerve-wracking now that people are actually about to see this movie that I worked so long on. You know, it's probably the longest project I've ever been on. It's like 2.5 years. So, and it's fresh off the press. So it's like we were just done with it a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So for people to now see it and I'm like in the theaters with them, it's a special moment.
Yes, definitely. So can you just tell us about maybe certain reasons that you picked your leads? Because Dominique talked about you coming to her and she was just honored, like, okay, I love that you see something in me and we can build up to this character and not me become, something different.
Yeah, I mean, one, she's talented. Like, I went off of talent first. And honestly, like, if Paramount or anybody chooses me to do a movie, I'm going to have people reflect and look like me. So to have a Puerto Rican lead and someone like Dominique, this black young girl from Brooklyn who's never been on a platform this big before, it means a lot, in different layers. But in terms of talent, the girl can act. So, like, to have her in these scenes, interacting with these robots and bringing that Brooklyn flair, but yet still bringing Elena, the character she plays, like, I feel like we did something special. So when people see it, I hope they can find the nuances of, like, her character and why we should see more movies like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Wish you the best.
Appreciate it. Thank you too.
Steven,